Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Welcome to NIPS Home School. This is Kamrun, assistant teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Deshi. My dear students of class 5, today I am going to take your Bangladesh and Global Studies class, and now today's topic is chapter 2, that means the British rule. So all of you can take your Bangladesh and Global Studies book and go to page number 18, because today we will discuss topic 3 and 4. So let's start the class today. Topic 3 is about the Supply Mutiny, which occurred in 1857. And now look, there is a picture, and what is written there? The bamboo fort of Titumir. Now look, this is the bamboo fort which was built by Titumir. And do you know who is Titumir? And Titumir, Titumir first raised his voice against the British rule, but his resistance was not quite successful, but still he tried to resist the British, and that's why he built the bamboo fort in the village of Narkel Baria. Okay, let's read. There were several attempts of mutiny against the East India Company through the 19th century, and such an attempt was taken by Titumir, who built a bamboo fort near Barasat in the village of Narkel Baria to resist the British. So all of you will remember it. The bamboo fort was near Barasat in the village of Narkel Baria. And why did he build this bamboo fort? To resist the British. But however, in 1831, his troops in the village of Narkel Baria were defeated by the British army, and Titumir was killed. So I told you, in 1831, there was a battle between the troops of Titumir and the British army. But in this battle, Titumir was defeated and then he was killed. So all of you remember this date, year. It occurred in 1831. And then another mutiny occurred, and it was called the Supply Mutiny of 1857. Was quite successful. It started in West Bengal by Mangal Pandey in Barakpur and spread to the rest of India. So now this mutiny was quite successful, and it is called the Supply Mutiny, and it occurred in 1857. That means this mutiny was occurred by the Sipa, and it started in West Bengal, and the leader was the Mangal Pandey. It was started by Mangal Pandey, and then it spread all over the India, and where it started in Barakpur. So this is the place. And now look, there is a picture of Mangal Pandey. So there are some causes of the Supply Mutiny. Why the mutiny took place. So we will know there are 5 reasons in your book. Some of the causes of the mutiny were: the post of constables in British Indian Army was dominated by the Indians. While the number was 50,000 for the British, the number was 3 lakh for the Indians. So the British Indian Army was dominated by the Indians because there are only 50,000 British soldiers and the Indians were 3 lakhs. For several reasons, there was chaos and social indisciplines among the soldiers at different areas of India. So there always are social chaos or indiscipline among the soldiers in different areas on the time. The soldiers were directed to work outside India after 1856. So the soldiers don't want to go to outside of the India, but they were forced to go outside of the India to work. So, and it was in 1856. So this is another reason for the Supply Mutiny. There was a rumor that the tallow delivered from beef and pork was used to grease the cartridges for cannons and guns used in Indian Army. So tallow means the animal fat, and there was a rumor that the British used beef and pork, fat to use to grease the cartridges for cannons and guns. And you all know that the beef is forbidden for the Hindus and the pork is forbidden for the Muslims. So there was a religious issues, and it sparked religious resistance to both Hindu and Muslim. So they rebelled against the British East India Company. The Supply Mutiny was supported by mass people, so they got themselves involved in this mutiny. The British took stern steps, that means very strong steps against it. Nearly 1 lakh Indians were killed to control this mutiny. Now look, 1 lakh Indians, so a huge number of soldiers were killed to control this mutiny. And now look, the mass people, that means the common people, supported this mutiny because they were also tortured by the British government. That's why they support the Supply Mutiny and they themselves involved in this mutiny. And the British government didn't keep quiet. They took very strong steps. They killed almost 1 lakh Indians to control this mutiny. And then what happened? But this mutiny was quite successful because the rule by the East India Company was now replaced by Queen Victoria, and becoming Empress of India, she appointed a viceroy to govern in India. So now the company rule ended and Queen Victoria became the Empress of India. But it's not possible for her to come to this part of this world, and that's why she appointed a viceroy to govern India. And for the memory of the executed soldiers, a memorial was built in the Bahadur Shah Park. It was given in your book in page number 19. You can see it. I mean, in 1957, after 100 years. And now we will go to the next topic, that means the further resistance. And it was divided into 3 stages: first, second, and third. And there are picture of 3 persons. First person is Khudiram Basu, and then Pritilata Watadar, and then Master Surya Sen. And do you know why their pictures are here? So we will know it why. Okay, let's read. Resistance to British rule continued through the 20th century. So it's continued through the 20th century. So it did not stop. The spirit of patriotism increased due to the spread of education and the resistance movement. So now the spirit of patriotism or nationalist feeling increased day by day because the people become educated, and now they were more conscious about their society or about their rights or about their country or about their freedom. That's why they, I mean, day by day they are trying to raise their voice against the British East India Company. And in 1885, the Indian National Congress Party had been formed. So remember this date, in 1885 the National Congress Party had been formed, and the British were worried about the power of nationalist feeling, and in 1905 they decided to divide Bengal province. So in 1905 they decided to divide the Bengal province, and the new East Bengal included Assam. So, but resistance was intense. So in 1911 the division of Bengal was annulled. That means they withdraw this decision and they stop it. Now look, and what, when is it? 1911. And then the next stage of political resistance was the formation of All Indian Muslim League Party in 1906. So this is the next stage of the resistance, and All Indian Muslim League Party was formed in 1906. And in Bengal the most serious revolts were the Swaraj, Vasahayok and Armed Youth movements. So these are the movements, I mean, we can mention, I mean, these are the mentionable movements against the British East India Company. And the 3 martyrs who lost their lives are shown below. Now look, these are the martyrs, they sacrificed their lives to get the freedom of India. And the sacrifice of Khudiram, Pritilata Watadar and Master Surya Sen is ever remarkable against the British rule. So these 3 persons sacrificed their life, they are the martyrs, I mean, to get the freedom of India. And now the third stage. The third stage was political resistance led by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Shere Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq. So the third stage was led by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Shere Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq. They are the leaders of the National Congress Party and the All Indian Muslim League Party. Meanwhile, nationalist feeling was fueled by the poetry, music and literature of Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay and the feminist worker Begum Rokeya. Now look, on that time the people were encouraged or influenced by the work of or the poetry, music and literature of Rabindranath Tagore or Kazi Nazrul Islam, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay and Begum Rokeya. So they had a great contribution to influence the people. I mean they have a or we can say they had a very great contribution to get the independence of the country. And finally, in 1947, India gained its independence from Britain, and India and Pakistan were treated as two separate states, and we all know it. And all of you will remember this date. In 1947, India gained its independence, and then two states were created. One is India and another one is Pakistan. And in Pakistan, we were in East Pakistan, right? So we all know it. So this is the end of the resistance, because in 1947 India got its independence. So dear students, all of you will go through topic 3 and 4 because it's very important. We should know about our history. So dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood our today's topic. Dear students, all of you will study regularly and listen to your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.